everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Employability Skills Masterclass. My name is Genevieve, but you can call me Omo from now on. And in case you're wondering why, Omo is my middle name and that's what my close friends and family call me. And since I'm getting to know you guys better, I just thought I might as well use it. So, okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about today's masterclass. I'll be focusing on 3 often overlooked reasons you may not be hearing back from employers after a job interview. So imagine a scenario. You work very hard to scale through the CV shortlisting stage for a certain job, and you eventually get invited for an interview. You go for the interview and give it your best, and you actually think it went well when people ask. You're pretty positive and almost certain you got the job. 2 weeks later, you get that dreaded, awful rejection email that you're totally not expecting. The thing is that sometimes these seemingly good or amazing interviews do not translate to job offers. And I want to talk about 3 often overlooked reasons why that may be so. So sometimes you just may not hear back from them because there was another candidate who was more qualified for the role or more suited. But other times it could be that you shot yourself in the foot without even knowing you did so. So yeah, I want to talk about 3 possible reasons why that may be so. The first one, you didn't do your homework. This is one of the worst sins a job seeker can commit, in my opinion, and I know this because I used to be very guilty of doing it. When I started looking for a job the first time, I honestly didn't know what I was doing. I would turn up at interviews completely unprepared, not having done any research whatsoever, and not knowing anything about the company or business, what they stand for, their objectives, and their goals, their most recent or notable achievements, their mission and vision, what the particular job itself or role entails, what the skills they want from the ideal applicants are. I just used to pray and hope for the best, and I guess that was the Nigerian in me. But I quickly realized that getting a job is not a matter of luck. Well, to a certain extent anyway. You have to be prepared. And as the saying goes, fortune favors the prepared mind. Turning up at an interview without doing your homework is like going to write JAMB or WAEC without studying. The most likely outcome is failure, but it's completely avoidable. You must do your best to ensure that you're prepared and armed with the right information. Okay, so the second reason why you might not be hearing back from employers is that you sounded boastful at your interview. And I'm sure you're wondering, what's she talking about or what's she about to say? But you'll be surprised. I've come across several young job seekers, either while coaching or sitting in interviews, who cross the very thin line between confidence and arrogance. It's a very, very thin line, and you have to be careful. Some people are just overconfident, and that's even actually harmful. It's more harmful than helpful in most cases. While other people, unfortunately, don't even know they sound arrogant or boastful. Let me give you a real-life example of what someone said during a mock interview with me recently. I'll highlight the problem statements in red. So, the question was, why do you want to work for us? And his response was, I'm passionate about promoting indigenous organizations to a global standard, and I'm confident that with my inputs, in a matter of time, XYZ Air will be comparable to KLM, Air France, and British Airways, amongst others. What the average hiring manager will probably think when they hear that response is that, what are you saying? So the current management team in this company is not working hard to elevate the organization to a global standard, right? They will only get there when you join and give your input, Abi. You must really think you're Aliko Dangote. The second question was, what can you do for us that someone else can't? His response was, I have a means to generate income in a way that I believe nobody has considered before. It's an idea I've been nursing for years, and I'm sure it will bring home some good money. And I'll be glad to bring it on board in due course. I will come along with all the knowledge I have acquired to promote the interests of ABC Air. I would like to do what others will learn from and what none has thought of. Guess what the average hiring manager is probably thinking? This guy must really think he's special. Is he not a fresh graduate? If your idea is so fantastic, then what are you doing here trying to get a job? I mean, some people started, companies like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat was started by a young dude. So what are you doing here? This one is just not ready for work. I'm sure you get my drift. You generally want to avoid coming across as an I too know or I'm the best thing since sliced bread. The sad thing is that the young man who gave these responses is so humble and down to earth. and thought he was just showing enthusiasm and commitment. Please, please, please ensure that you don't cross that thin line. You must always be emotionally intelligent. Even if you have a really fantastic hot idea, there are ways you can put it across as a job interview without sounding like you think you know it all. Okay, so let's move on. The third reason could be that you seem to be all about the money. So I once read a story about a candidate that was invited for an interview after submitting his CV. He proceeded to thank the company and ask what the salary for the role was because he didn't want to waste his time or their time. Really? That is just all shades of wrong, and it's bad. It's really bad. I mean, it's just as bad as asking that question during an interview. I don't think anybody will go for a job interview and start asking, what is the salary or how much are you willing to pay? Well, I hope you guys, even if you've done it in the past, today should be the last day. Please don't do it anymore, because you're not even sure whether or not you get the job. It's quite inappropriate to be the one to bring up the subject. The money discussion is best left for when you've scaled through the recruitment process and you are made an offer. And when you do eventually get to the negotiation stage, you must take care to ensure that you don't come across as being interested in the role just because of the money. Of course, money is important, and every recruiter or hiring manager knows that. But you shouldn't make them feel like it's your main driver for pursuing the job. To learn more about how to negotiate your salary or pay package as a graduate or entry-level staff member, listen to the audio in the post that I did last week, which was my interview with the HR director of a global multinational, where she gave us some tips and advice on how best to go about it. So she talked about the salary negotiation around the 29-minute mark, so you can go give it a listen again. So yeah, that's it for me for this week. Don't forget, you already have what it takes to get your dream job. You just need to find the right information to help you position yourself for success. And that's what Skills on the House is here to do. Do let me know if you have any questions or comments. I absolutely love to hear from you guys. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you for all the people who have sent me emails and commented on the posts. I really appreciate your feedback, and I really hope you continue to keep the platform an interactive one. Don't forget to share this with your friends and anyone else you think will find it useful if you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching this video, and see you next week for another masterclass.